Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gustav Making Stuff, where I have made this my favorite design of the power armor. However, it wasn't really a popular game at that extent. But anyway, I think it is incredibly cool with this Predator-ish costume thing. So, well, let's get going, shall we?
So, by starting here, I have found this Pepparkura file. This was exceptionally difficult to find any kind of 3D file on this helmet, but this was the one I found, and I had to convert it to an OBJ file and then do some rendering in Mesh Mixer by removing everything except for the mask itself and the eyes and stuff like that. And then my friend Ken had to, haul all these things out, which I have no idea how he did, so thanks to him. Anyway, and I split it up in part. I will, however, share this file so all of you can do modifications to it to make like the perfect 3D file to print for this if you have, well, some time on your hands to do things. Anyway, so now I'm just glue gunning this whole thing together because I tried super glue and it did not really work, even though that was recommended for PLA plastic. So anyway, now we have the things there. This is, some lids you can put onto your soda can if you want to save it and drink it later without losing its carbonation. So I'm just gonna cut them off there, and I'm gonna take this other little food lid item here and just gonna place them. This is gonna be the ear pieces on the mask. You see, like that, two of them, one to each side. This is a sheep toy knight helmet, which actually do very much look like the backside of this helmet, which will be a fantastic thing to do. Anyway, so now we are going to glue this on, not glue this, we're going to put these things. These are, I think they are plugs for something, but you do have a central hole in them for some reason. So that was very good to line them up for the actual fitting of the plastic helmet there, that it has some holes on its sides, because there actually is a lot of a medieval theme going on in Fallout Tactics. I actually do love the aesthetic of that. But anyway, so now you see I can actually fold it over my face like that, even though I have to like dig out a little bit in the front there, because so my face will actually fit inside it, because these things did not really fit well around my head. Now, we're going to take some fillers here and to put all together these little small cracks between the 3D printed panel parts. I think it was like 8 parts or something on this get everything here to fit inside my 3D printer. And my 3D printer can do quite tall things, but not very wide things, so you have to put everything upwards. And now we're going to brush that all things off. Now we're going to mark out where the holes are gonna be. On the 3D file, I did mirror all the panels instead of having a left and a right one, because they look exactly identical except for these 3 holes on the side there. And also gonna cut it off in the back a little bit because the printer, well, stopped working and some parts were kind of ruined, but overall it worked great. So now I have this paint here that I have mixed together. It's the same I used on the Pip-Boy 2000 build, so I still had some mixed up paint for that, which was previously used on my tank hatch build. If you want to look these up, I will leave a link to them. So now you see I also broke the lid there. So now I put some little plastic hoses there onto the face. This is going straight through the whole thing. And also attach them on the side, because I was supposed to put them inside of the helmet like they are. Actually, I intended to, but my head doesn't fit in this thing then. So I had to put them on the outside. So, well, yeah, you have to do some compensation sometimes. So now we're going to paint a little bit of a damage here, as it is on the cover of the game itself. It has a little bit of a big damaged thing on the head. Now I'm painting dark grey here on the edges, because we're going to put a little bit of metal on them. But if you put a little bit more grey on them, they look so much better, like another layer of paint has been ruined away. And also fixed a little bit of edge here so it looks a little bit more rounded than it actually looks like you're painted on it with a brush. So, now you see the mouth thing here are going to be shadowed with some brown. Because brown are a good paint. They were used a lot in the 70s. That's Force Way had the absolute worst taste in design, I think. Anyway, so now when we are going to take a little bit more, fill all these little things in with black so they look a little bit much better. And now I'm also going to make a little bit of a black wash a little bit everywhere to make a little bit of a shadowing to the details, a little bit of dirt that comes into the cracks, because everything is dirty apparently in Fallout, and also every other prop making thing. But anyway, so now you see we are just gonna wash the whole thing here and wipe it off, so it will have a little bit of a more of a characteristics things. Because clear clothing was never invented apparently in this universe. So now you see they look absolutely fantastic. And now we're just going to glue on the eyes, which is just plastic that is yellow on some other plastic. You can buy it in a flower store. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.
So now, this is my absolutely first 3D printed big thing I have ever made, and I think I'm very proud of it, even though it isn't really proportionally correct to the original design, but I think it looks indeed glorious. So I hope you appreciate this, and thank you for watching.